Hey guys, it's me, and I have a very sad news right now. Um, remember that Irminia tarantula sling that I've shown you, I think, a few days ago? The one I made a video with. I'm sad to say that the little guy has just passed away. Here she is. Actually, I really don't know its gender, but yeah, it's really sad. Um, Last year, I also have another Irminia sling, and I got it about I think it's 1.5 centimeters. It stayed with me for I think 5 months or so, because what happened is my previous Irminia sling molted its fifth molt, and it got stuck in its old exoskeleton. It wasn't able to get out. I tried my best to help it remove its old exoskeleton, but I've got these messages from a Facebook group that there's no way that I could actually save it, because it has not even removed its legs from the old skin itself. Like, it was really halfway I think it's not halfway through, but it really got stuck really hard, and there's no way I could save it. And that's how it died, the previous one. And this one, I've got it also last year, and it's from the same seller that I bought my first Permian sling before, and also the same size actually. I've got it, I think, 2 months after the previous one died. I was very happy when I got this one, because I thought to myself back then that I want to um, perfect the husbandry and care for this specific tarantula, and maybe the second time around I'm thinking to myself that I could do this, and so here we are. Actually, I was really glad that it stayed with me for a really long while. I was kind of, I can say traumatized, but I was scared that it might happen again, because I've heard from the seller that some of the Pyraminias here are, well, I've heard that this tarantula species is kind of hardy, but maybe, you know, there are lots of factors to consider, as they say that slings have a more higher mortality rate actually, because compared to their juvenile or adult self, they are more prone to um, heat or poor husbandry. Well, I can say that my husbandry is poor, but I think it's due to the currently here in the Philippines, there's a heat wave going on, and I'm keeping my tarantulas and its feeders upstairs. I have a Perminia, I think it's already an adult or a juvenile. I think it's more of a juvenile, and a Bihamori, which is also a juvenile. And this is my third tarantula, and I've always wanted this species of tarantula actually, which is why I'm very sad that I didn't really expect it to die so soon. Here it is its old enclosure. Um, I think the humidity level is okay inside, and this is bark. Some say that slings are more tolerant to high humidity, but I guess there's a limit to that, especially real small ones. It's really hot actually upstairs, but the windows are open and for ventilation, of course, because if not, they would really dehydrate themselves to death. Even though I think the humidity inside the enclosure is okay, I do constantly check on them for water. I constantly refill their water dishes because it's really hot, and most of the time the water evaporates more quickly because of the heat, or maybe they're drinking, but I suppose this small one can do that, you know, drain the dish really quick. So what happened here is I saw it this afternoon. It was kind of hunched up at the bottom of its enclosure, and I noticed there was this dewdrop on the tip of one of its leg. It was raising it up, and I it was still hard for me actually. At that moment, I was thinking to myself now that maybe I should have done something because I saw that, but to me, in my mind, it was maybe just it drank water from its water dish and the water clinged to its hair. Actually, that's what I was really thinking what happened. I left it and went down and do my other chores here, thinking that maybe it will be fine later on. About an hour later, I came back and checked out on it. Starting to curl up now. And then it was still in the same spot where I left it, and it was still raising its leg. So what I did is I gave it a gentle nudge, and it moved. Actually, it moved, and it walked pretty slowly. I've noticed that, and it seems very lethargic. So tonight I checked at it again. It was back in the same spot, and it was still raising its leg. So that's why I brought the enclosure down here. It was still walking before. Actually, I made it walk on the palm of my hand, and it walked. During that time, I got a jar of flour. I used a tissue paper to absorb that. Now, I found out that it's blood. It's bleeding, and after that, then I applied a dab of this flour here, hoping that it will be fine. And then I set it back inside its enclosure. I've kept watching it closely, and it was just there. It was still clinging on the bark, but 10 to 15 minutes later, when I checked on it, it was already on the ground. It fell off. I took it out and dabbed another flour on its leg, and then put a dew drop of water on its mouth so it could drink. Maybe it was dehydrated too as well. And to no avail, I can't really save it anymore. I was really sad since I've thought that finally I could see it grow more larger than the previous one, but looks like it's not gonna happen anymore. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Irminia sling. You had your run. You know I love you, but I guess this is how it ends. I remember the my previous Armenia, the one before you. I buried it in the pot of a hibiscus flower. Now it is with a heavy, sad heart. I'm going to put you on the soil as well. Thanks for giving me joy. So I'll put you now on your final resting place. There. Goodbye, little one.